fine line between a cowboy and a really good operator. Climber's only as good as his groundie. It's all about the angle to make it look bigger. A bit weird for me. It's big and it's yellow. Is this the right amount of dodgy, mate? Morning. We are here on site. We're about to do part 2 of this video. Anyone who's been watching, thank you very much, because we're just starting out and it's a bit weird for me being on camera, but I'll get through it. Quentin here, he loves it. He loves being on camera, don't you, Quentin? No. So we're here doing this job. We've got this here behind me. Might not look very big, which it's not very tall, but the base of this stem here is quite thick. I'll come over and stand next to it and you'll see. So, wide angle. We should get rid of the wide angle. No, you're right, Yeah. We'll get rid of the wide angle so it looks bigger. It's all about the angle to make it look bigger. So, we got to take all this down. We've got to figure out now how to use this equipment to get this tree down. So nothing's really set in stone yet, but we'll have some ideas just before we head up the tree, and when I'm up there the plans might change, but I think it's pretty simple. Negative rig the top one down to the same point as this, and then rig all of this bigger one off the smallest stem, and then once we get the smaller stem we can negative rig down to a certain point, and we might even just pull this stump over into the garden here. What do we got here? This is everything we've got to do the job. We don't have the whole truck here. We don't have all the equipment. We've just come with this, and hopefully we can do it all with this equipment. Nice new bars on the 2 395s. We've also got a 3120 in the truck, which we may or may not use. I think they should be right. Our ropes, probably a little bit thin for the size of the wood, but we'll just do smaller bits. Rigging ring, 2 deadeye slings.
What do you call a deadeye sling?
A deadeye sling. This is what it is. It's a sling with a deadeye on the end, and it just goes to nothing. I actually don't know why they call it a deadeye sling, but that's what a deadeye sling is. This is a nice little bit of kit. I love these. This is just for your smaller stuff. Even though it's a big ring, you can wrap it around the trunk and just poke it through anywhere you want. Done. Or you can do another way. You can put it through like this, and it cinches up really tight, and you can put your device on there. So really cool little bit of kit that. Got the steelies. You always need steelies. Got this one prussic if we need to capture any, we might even use that to tighten up the rigging line. Another deadeye sling, so these are just cheap nasties. Got a couple of pulley blocks. So this one's, what is it, working load limit, 20 kilonewtons. So 20 kilonewtons is, what, 2 ton? So working load limit, 20 kilonewtons. So this holds 2 ton, okay? We can put 2 ton on this, but you can't put a 2 ton log on one side. Because what you do is if you put 2 ton log on one side, the rope goes up and through here, down to your friction device, you're holding 2 ton on this side, down, and the log weighs 2 ton. So that would be 4 ton. So even though it says 20 kilonewtons, working load limit, which is 2 ton, you can really only put a 1 ton log on, because it's doubled, unless you do a different type of rigging, okay? This big bad boy hasn't even got a scratch on it. I bought this because it's big and it's yellow. I haven't actually used it yet, to be honest, but this has got a 4 ton working load limit, so I can put a 2 ton log on this, which is bigger than anything we have here, and that we'll need to put on it, and that rope probably isn't what we're going to use.
On the inside.
So Yeah, great devices these. Put the rope in and put them in. So it'll be a great video when we do use this. Yeah, no, I just put a scarf in first because you want the rigging setup to go over the scarf. So put your scarf in, put your setup on, and then your back cut's got no ropes in the way. Yeah. I'm going quite deep with the scarf, just so we don't, probably should put a rope in it, but it's only going out there where we want it to go, or it naturally wants to go that way. So either way, I'm pretty safe. So I'm just going to put a scarf in it, nice and deep. Yep. Easy. Yeah, so this trunk's not much of an issue because it's so fat it doesn't bounce me around, but got to practice on this and ready for the little ones. Yeah. Because your job as a groundy, and it's an art form really, climber's only as good as his groundy. You need to make this as smooth as possible for the climber. Yeah. So really, this negative rigging, you want to make the distance from here to the ground a gradual slow to a stop. Yeah. And then it just, sometimes you just let it hit the ground hard sometimes, but it's just a gradual stop. If you stop it straight away, you can snap ropes, you can shake a climber out of the tree, lots of bad things. Yeah. You ready? How was that?
Yeah, that was light.
because you're only taking half of that weight. Now I'm just going to step cut it, push it off. So I'll bring this pulley down to here, tie a rope onto it, we'll put this wood over here, scarf it, drop it and lower it down. Yeah. Cool? Yeah. It's just a bit dicey with this light little rope. It'll probably hold twice as much as that, but I just don't want to push it, you know? Yeah. Pushes the limit, you find out where the limit is. Because it's so dangerous, no one else can do it, and it has to be done by us. Everyone's underpaid for the amount of risk they're taking, and it's a dangerous job. It only attracts certain type of people. Usually tree workers have more common sense than other industries, I reckon, because it is always a dangerous job. There is always a possibility of taking out an entire house or a pedestrian walking by, or crushing yourself up in the tree. You just get on YouTube and you have a look at some of the dodgy accidents.
Oh, we've seen it.
So the experienced guys really need to communicate with the younger guys and let them know why they're taking calculated risks, and not doing it exactly the way, say, for example, you train people in their training courses. They train it to do it only one way, you know? So I'm not an idiot, I live in the real world, so I know how much dodgy goes on out there, but you try and express to people that it's controlled, risk-assessed risk they're taking, so they know the possible outcomes and they're willing to take the risk. But it's all experience. Like, the trouble is the young guys look at that and they think that's the way, when it's not. It's only 10, 20 years experience that allows some people to do those things. And it's a fine line. There's a fine line between a cowboy and a really good operator, and not everyone can see it. What could go wrong? right. So Quinn's in there talking to the client about the load of wood left in the front yard. Apparently she didn't want it in the front yard, and we've taken it all to the front yard and chopped it up.